Hey everybody, today I'm just going to talk about the SEC regulations coming down on Hex, the inquiries. And I think this is more for anyway, I'm not too worried about it, but hey Google, what's playing? That's not what's playing. That's not what's playing. That's fake news. Fake news. Hey Google, play no copyright ethnic music. Okay, whatever. Just my workout for the day, boys. Just kidding. But no, my thoughts about about the SEC is I think from what I've understood, the government has been sending out letters to people who talk about Hex, at least on YouTube, as far as I know, maybe other places. I don't know too much about it. I've been thinking about it, instead of looking into too much of the detail, but and apparently it has more to do with Pulse Chain than Hex. First, of both Richard Hart projects, or not projects, but you know what I mean. Pulse is a project, Hex is a product. Anyway, we got to be specific with our language around here. But anyway, I think if we can get if Pulse can get the go ahead, maybe pay a fine, but still be able to launch. I mean, it might just launch regardless and be called something else, but Richard's not trying to go to jail. Richard's not trying to get sued. He's playing it pretty clean, but yeah, the Pulse it was a sacrifice, but it was kind of implied that work was going to be done with that money, and instead he just bought Drip, which is hilarious and ballsy. But I can't even hear myself in here. Cannot hear. Ah. I'm tripping. It's snowing in my house, or is that data, or is it dust? I don't know, but I never gonna trust a middleman if I don't have to. Cause FTX, no Hex. FTX, not that H3X. Anyway, Hex is doing great things. I mean, people are doing great things with Hex. Put it that way. The Kama Sutra. Anyway. But yeah, so I think if either way, I think Hex is good. If Hex can get cleared for being good, but I also think some of these influencers that are getting the letters, apparently some have big influencers have not gotten the letters, but I think the ones that kind of talk about price too much and or said buy this Pulse token by sending your coins here and stuff like that. The price is gonna do this or it's gonna launch by this date. Just spreading misinformation and trying to profit off it, or not saying this isn't financial advice, not saying this investment comes with risks, and doing these things. I mean, look, people out here on YouTube saying George Bush is an alien, saying, the Earth is flat, saying all kinds of dumb shit, and that's all fine. That's all fine. I don't even know where I'm going with this tangent, but no edit or auto edit, boys, for the most part. Maybe some little trimmings on the side. That's how we doing around here. I feel like in this, but yeah. Anyway, I'm not really worried. It's a price down. It's kind of just like everything else, really. But Hex is the true, no admin keys and stuff like that. Honestly, what just happened with STX makes Hex look good. Because that's not going to happen with Hex. You know what I'm saying? You wanna get your inflation, you gotta pay you gotta stake it. You wanna get that inflation, you gotta stake it. There's no one's doing anything. You're running the code, or you're running code that's running the code, or you know what I mean? I don't know if you're ready to step up to that level, but I can help you out. Just ask a question. I like to get to know my audience. I would like to get to know my audience. Math. Math. I'm a crypto, not a gangsta. But I might be a. Yeah, but it's. So, yeah, I guess I don't have too much in depth thoughts on this, but. It might have been censored, not by accident. I wouldn't mind if the government, if Richard could pay the government, if he could pay his taxes in Hex, that would actually be, I would be okay with Richard paying his taxes in Hex. That's my idea. I think that'd be good. Hey, Google, pause. So I think paying, if the government had a stake in Hex, like, yeah, they could be douches or whatever, but if the government had a few percent of the Hex supply from the OA or somehow got some tokens, I wouldn't be that mad at it. Like, good. They have some skin in the game. I hope they hodl. Hodl. Hoodly hodl. Hoodle dog. If I was over here all the time being like, Hex to $5, Hex to $5, buy now before it's too late, you're guaranteed to get 38% interest. See, people say you get interest, you get yield. It's not really like that. It's just your number goes up in relation to other people's numbers. Like, that's literally it. There's nothing going on in the background. It's just being created in the code by the people that run the code, which is anyone, because it's public and open, and there's no way to edit the contract. Once it's released, it's released. And at this point, there's really nothing else going on. Big Payday happened. That was automated. The adoption amplifier, yeah. For the first 350 days of Hex, which is long gone by now. Long. Feels like the blink of an eye. One day I was chewing lemongrass. The next day I was chomping liverwurst. Never been better. Better than I deserve, but living the worst. Yeah, I was